Good evening. Settle in, get comfortable, close your eyes, and let your mind drift away. Tonight, we're taking a journey. We're traveling far, all the way to the heart of the Orion constellation. But what if I told you that one of those distant pinpricks of light isn't just silently existing? What if it's watching, or perhaps even communicating? This isn't a story about distant planets. It's about the star itself, a star that started behaving in a way no star ever should. It's the tale of an anomaly that stumped scientists and forced us to ask the most profound question of all. Are we truly alone in the universe? Prepare to hear about a mystery unfolding right now, hundreds of light years away. This is your sleep lecture on the anomaly in the Orion constellation. Before we dive into the anomaly itself, let's just adjust our imaginary telescopes. The constellation Orion, the Hunter, is recognizable to everyone thanks to those three bright stars in a row. For astronomers, it's a colossal cosmic nursery, a place where new stars are constantly being born out of vast clouds of gas and dust. Scientists study these stars by analyzing their light. The light spectrum tells us about their chemical composition, and changes in brightness reveal processes happening deep inside the star, or perhaps even planets orbiting them. Crucially, all these phenomena are well understood and governed by strict physical laws. Astronomers have compiled detailed catalogues describing the predictable behavior of millions upon millions of stars. And yet, into this well-oiled, predictable system of knowledge, something appeared that defied every single existing model. Our story begins exactly at that moment, the violation of all the rules. It all began on a quiet night at an observatory perched high in the mountains. An astronomer, we'll call him Dr. Arthur Vance, was conducting a routine sky survey, searching for exoplanets. Computer algorithms were analyzing the brightness of thousands of stars. One particular star, an utterly unremarkable yellow dwarf, kept setting off alarms. Its observed dimming events were chaotic, deep, and utterly aperiodic. At first, they suspected equipment malfunction. But night after night, confirmed by telescope after telescope across different global observatories, the truth became undeniable. Something inexplicable was happening to the star designated TSO 2701. Scientists exhausted every possible natural explanation: an unknown class of variable star, a massive swarm of comets, like those hypothesized around Tabby's star, or even a catastrophic planetary collision. No established astrophysical model could account for the observed pattern. The star behaved as if someone or something was deliberately manipulating its output, flickering its light on and off like a switch. It seemed unbelievable, yet the more they dismissed natural hypotheses, the stronger the unsettling conviction grew. They had encountered something entirely outside the bounds of known physics. Following 2 years of frustrating and unsuccessful inquiries, a group of young radio astronomers proposed a radical experiment: to abandon passive observation and take a much more proactive approach. The idea was simple yet audacious: blast the star with a powerful radio pulse and wait for a response. It was a desperate measure, but after extensive debate, authorization was finally granted. The colossal radio telescope beamed a short signal toward TSO 2701, containing nothing but a sequence of prime numbers. And then the impossible happened. Almost instantly after the transmission, the star's chaotic flickering ceased. Then it began to flash back, with perfect, mathematically precise periodicity. It was echoing the exact same sequence of primes: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. This could not possibly be a coincidence. It was a direct, intelligent response delivered in the language of mathematics, the universal tongue of reason. That night, the scientific world collectively gasped. It was first contact. Humanity was no longer alone in the universe. The news of the contact triggered a global storm of euphoria and dread. Meanwhile, the dialogue with the star, now dubbed the Observer, continued. The entity began transmitting data in binary code. It started with the fundamentals of geometry and chemistry before revealing an image of the DNA molecule. The observer was clearly demonstrating knowledge of the fundamental code of our very existence. In response, humanity sent its own intricate message, combining comprehensive scientific data with the music of Beethoven. The observer's reply arrived almost instantaneously, utterly disregarding the speed of light limit and showcasing an unimaginable technological mastery. The content was highly detailed images of Earth taken from orbit, the pyramids, the Great Wall of China. But then the footage shifted to our history. Wars, brutal battles culminating in the horrific final chord, the nuclear mushroom cloud rising above Hiroshima. The implicit message was both clear and damning. We know everything about you. We know your aggressive nature. Be cautious. Following this devastating reveal, the observer fell silent, leaving humanity alone with a terrifying realization. We have been under intense scrutiny for a very long time. And one thing was chillingly clear: the observer was not impressed by what it saw. The observer's silence lasted for decades. During this time, humanity recovered from the initial shock and began to change. The shared threat, or perhaps the shared test, drew humanity together. It ushered in an era of unprecedented global cooperation, disarmament, and environmental crisis resolution. And so, just as the world had fundamentally changed, the observer made contact one last time. Using gravitational waves, it transmitted its greatest gift and final warning to humankind: the schematics for a technology capable of generating space-time wormholes for instantaneous interstellar travel. The message accompanying the blueprints was brief: this is a tool, not a weapon. The choice is yours. Immediately afterward, the star TSO 2701 went dark. It simply vanished from the night sky. The observer was gone, leaving us with a technology capable of making us gods or destroying us entirely. Humanity now stood at the most critical crossroad in its history. Centuries rolled by. Humanity, having navigated endless conflicts and narrowly averted a devastating new war over the control of vital technology, finally embraced wisdom. It reached for the stars not as a conqueror, but as a cautious, measured explorer. And there, within the depths of an ancient galactic library, the key to the observer's mystery was finally unearthed. It revealed that the universe held no superior races or celestial judges. Instead, there was only the inherent law of time. A civilization, upon reaching a critical technological and moral threshold, gains the singular ability to transmit data back into its own historical timeline. The signal received from Orion was not of alien origin. It was an echo, a stark warning that humanity itself had transmitted from the far reaches of its own future, designed to guide its ancestors, keeping them from disaster and ensuring they made the correct choices. The loop was closed. The greatest discovery waiting for us among the stars was not other civilizations, but the reflection of ourselves. Our own inherent wisdom, reaching back across the abyss of time to lend us a saving hand. This was the ultimate lesson learned, that all the answers we tirelessly search for among the distant stars are, in fact, simply hidden deep within ourselves. And so our journey to the Orion constellation comes to an end. This story, of course, is pure fiction, but it touches upon the most real and important questions. What does it mean to be sentient? And what is our responsibility in the face of eternity? The mystery of TSO 2701 is a metaphor for our own consciousness. We constantly receive internal signals, the voice of conscience, intuition, and reason, and we are constantly faced with a choice. The story of the observer teaches us one crucial thing: the most important connection we must establish is the connection with the best version of ourselves. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this story helps you find peace. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And now, the big question for you. What choice do you think humanity ultimately made after receiving the observer's gift? Let me know in the comments below. Good night and sweet dreams.